know that yet? It's after the end of the world. Don't you know that yet? It's after the end of the world. Don't you know that yet? It's after the end of the world. Don't you know that?
Welcome back, everyone. You guys sent in a ton of articles about laughter, and we're going to take a deep dive into how it affects the body.
Not just, a quick chuckle here and there, but like a full body impact.
Yeah. Get ready for some surprises.
It really is fascinating how, people have been so intrigued by laughter for centuries.
Right.
From ancient philosophers to modern day neuroscientists.
I mean, there's got to be something to it, right?
Clearly, something powerful going on.
Speaking of powerful, you mentioned in your notes that you're trying to get more movement into your day.
I am, yeah.
Well, get this, laughter can actually help with that.
Oh, really?
We all know it's good for a mood boost, but did you know it can burn calories? Like 10 to 40 calories every 10 minutes of solid laughter.
So it's not exactly going to replace, going to the gym or anything.
Right.
But hey, I mean, every little bit helps.
Those little boosts add up.
Plus, when you laugh, your body releases endorphins, and those act like natural painkillers.
Obviously, that helps with pain, too.
Yeah, it can help you manage discomfort throughout the day.
Okay, so we've got calorie burning, pain relief, and an energy boost.
That's right.
I'm sold. But how does this all work? Let's take a laughter tour of the body.
Okay, a laughter tour.
Yeah. Like, what happens when a little chuckle turns into a full-blown belly laugh? Let's start at the top.
Okay, at the top.
Literally, like your head.
All right, so when you laugh, you're giving your face muscles a mini workout.
Oh, yeah.
Especially your zygomaticus major.
Your what?
Zygomaticus major. It's the muscle that makes you smile.
The smile muscle, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I've definitely felt sore there after a night of laughing with friends.
Oh, for sure.
And sometimes, I laugh so hard I cry.
Tears of joy.
Yeah. It's like my body can't even contain the joy.
And speaking of contagious joy, think about this. Have you ever heard someone's laugh and just started laughing yourself?
Oh, all the time.
So hearing laughter can trigger more laughter through, it's called an auditory feedback loop.
Interesting. So laughter really is contagious.
It is.
That explains a lot about my friend group. We're always setting each other off. Okay, let's move down to the respiratory system.
All right, so laughter is literally like a breath of fresh air, right? It forces you to take these deep inhalations and really work your lungs.
Okay.
This increases your oxygen intake, and it can even help clear out your airways.
That's like a natural cough drop.
Kinda, yeah.
Wow. But I did see something in one of the articles you sent about potential risks for people with asthma.
That's right. For some folks with sensitive airways, intense laughter can trigger something called bronchospasms.
What?
Bronchospasms. Basically, it makes it harder to breathe.
So laughter is good, but always listen to your body.
Exactly.
Good reminder.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the lungs working. Now let's see what laughter does to the heart.
Literally, the heart.
Yeah. What happens in our cardiovascular system when we laugh?
Well, it sort of gives your heart a little jump start, You'll notice a temporary increase in heart rate and blood pressure. But
yeah, it doesn't sound good.
But don't worry, it's not a bad thing.
Okay.
It's temporary, and it's actually a good sign that things are working properly.
So laughter is a cardio workout.
In a way, yeah.
I like it. We've talked about laughter reducing cortisol, which is the stress hormone.
Right.
But how much of a difference does that really make? Like, can laughter really lower my stress levels in the long run?
It's a great question, and research says yes, it can.
Really?
Yeah. Lowering cortisol through laughter is like, giving your heart a break.
Okay.
And over time, that can contribute to lower blood pressure and better overall heart health.
So laughter fights stress, A&D helps my heart.
Yeah.
I knew laughter was good, but this is incredible. All right, next stop on our laughter tour.
Where to?
The belly. I want to know about belly laughs.
Who hasn't had a good belly laugh, right?
Well,
and there's a reason we call it that. A good laugh engages your core muscles, and it can actually give your digestion a little boost.
So it's like a massage for your gut?
Yeah, kind of like a gentle internal massage, yeah.
I'm sensing a theme here. Laughter benefits pretty much every system in the body.
It seems that way, yeah.
What's next on our laughter-powered tour?
Let's stretch things out a bit and head over to the musculoskeletal system.
Musculoskeletal system, okay.
Yeah, you could even say that a good laugh is a form of inner stretching.
Inner stretching. Tell me more about that.
Well, When you laugh, you engage muscles throughout your body, especially in your diaphragm and your core, and even the muscles between your ribs.
Wow, a full body experience.
It is, and it can even help with flexibility, at least temporarily.
I could use some of that.
And, those endorphins we keep talking about,
Yeah.
those help to reduce any pain you might be feeling.
Okay, so that's why sometimes when I laugh super hard, it actually kind of hurts.
Yeah, but it's a good hurt, right?
Yeah, it's a good hurt, like a badge of honor.
Exactly. Like you earned that laugh. Of course, it's possible to overdo it. Muscle fatigue is a real thing. But in general, laughter is good for your musculoskeletal system.
Laughter, the gift that keeps on giving. We've seen how laughter lights up the brain and gets your heart pumping.
Right.
But then it travels down, energizing your digestive system.
It's like a wave of good feeling.
Yeah. But before we move on, you mentioned things get really interesting when we get to the nervous system.
Oh, absolutely. Buckle up for this one. Laughter activates multiple brain regions simultaneously.
Oh, multiple.
We're talking the prefrontal cortex, the amygdala, the hypothalamus. It's like a full brain workout.
So laughter makes us smarter.
It certainly stimulates a lot of cognitive function, yeah.
I love it. Okay, what about the rest of the nervous system?
Well, the effects on your peripheral nervous system are just as interesting.
Peripheral nervous system. Remind me what that is again.
So that's the part of your nervous system that's outside of your brain and spinal cord.
Okay,
It controls things like your heart rate, breathing, digestion, all those automatic functions.
gotcha.
And laughter actually affects both branches of this system.
Branches.
Yeah.
Like there's more than one.
There are two main branches, the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system.
Okay.
The sympathetic is responsible for the fight or flight response,
Oh, right.
and the parasympathetic is the rest and digest system.
The calming one.
Exactly.
So is laughter fight or flight or rest and digest?
Well, it kind of does both.
Whoa, how's that possible?
So initially, when you start laughing, you get a burst of energy, right? That's your sympathetic nervous system kicking in.
Okay.
But then, as you continue laughing, your parasympathetic nervous system takes over, and you start to feel more relaxed and calm.
So laughter takes us on a roller coaster ride through our nervous system.
It does. And then there's the vagus nerve.
The vagus nerve, what's that?
It's the longest nerve in your body, and it plays a key role in regulating your mood, your immune system, and your digestion.
Wow, the vagus nerve does a lot.
It does, and laughter stimulates the vagus nerve, which can lead to all sorts of benefits,
Like what?
like reducing inflammation, improving sleep, and even boosting your immune system.
Laughter really is a superpower.
I should have known you'd pull some.
And you mentioned something earlier about mirror neurons.
Oh, right. Those are amazing, those mirror neurons.
What do they do again?
They're the cells in your brain that fire when you see someone else doing something.
Okay.
But they also fire when you do the action yourself.
Interesting.
So when you see someone laughing, your mirror neurons fire as if you were laughing yourself.
Oh, so that's why I can't help but smile when I see a baby giggling.
Exactly. Your brain is joining in on the fun.
I love it. Okay, let's move on to the endocrine system.
All right, the hormone headquarters.
I'm ready for this hormone party.
Get ready for a surge of feel-good chemicals. Laughter triggers the release of dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin.
Wait, break those down for me.
Okay, so dopamine is associated with pleasure and reward.
Okay,
Serotonin helps regulate mood, sleep, and appetite.
gotcha.
And oxytocin is known as the love hormone.
Oh, right, the bonding hormone.
Yeah, it promotes feelings of trust and connection.
Wow, so laughter really does make us feel good.
It does. And all thanks to those powerful little hormones.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's incredible how something as simple as laughter can have such widespread effects.
It really is.
It makes you wonder if we're not giving laughter enough credit.
I think you're right.
We've covered so much ground already. Where do we go from here?
Well, there are a couple more stops on our tour, but the effects of laughter on these systems are a bit more nuanced. Let's start with the urinary system.
Oh, is this where things get tricky?
Well, laughter does increase renal blood flow, which is a good thing.
Okay.
But it also has this side effect that, I'm sure you've experienced at some point.
I think I know where this is going.
The snort laugh situation.
Yeah, the dreaded snort laugh.
So yeah, temporary loss of bladder control or stress incontinence can sometimes happen when you laugh really hard.
It's happened to me more times than I'd like to admit.
It happens to the best of us.
All right, well, let's end this part of our deep dive on a more enjoyable note, shall we?
Let's do it.
What are the reproductive systems?
Ah, yes. Remember all those lovely hormones we talked about?
Dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin.
The trifecta of happiness. Well, all those hormones plus the stress-reducing effects of laughter can actually boost your libido and increase attraction. action.
So laughter is nature's aphrodisiac.
You could say that. Laughter helps create a sense of connection. It reduces inhibitions, and it boosts those feel-good chemicals, all key ingredients for attraction.
This deep dive has already taken us on such a wild ride. Tears of joy, bladder control issues, and now this.
It just goes to show how laughter impacts just about every system in the body.
In ways big and small.
Exactly.
All right, ready to continue our exploration?
Absolutely. Let's keep laughing our way through the body.
Let's do it. Okay, I think I finally caught my breath after that last section.
It's amazing, isn't it, how laughter can have such a big impact on, well, everything.
I know. We've seen how it affects our physical health, mental well-being, and even our social connections.
It's like laughter is the ultimate multitasker.
Totally. But all this talk about the benefits makes me wonder about the evolutionary side of things.
Oh, interesting.
Like, why do we even laugh in the first place? It feels good, so maybe it's just our brain rewarding us for doing something good for our bodies.
Well, you're on the right track there. Scientists think laughter evolved as a way to strengthen social bonds.
Social bonds, okay.
And promote cooperation within those early human communities.
So, like back in the caveman days, a good laugh could have helped our ancestors survive.
Exactly. Sharing a laugh with someone creates this, like, instant connection, a sense of shared understanding, which would have been so important for survival back then.
I can see that.
And that also kind of explains why laughter is so universal.
Yeah, you don't need to speak the same language to understand a good laugh.
Exactly. It's something we all share as humans.
Okay, so we've talked about all the good stuff.
Yeah.
But is it all good? Can you laugh too much?
That's a great question, and some of the research you said actually touched on that. Like, are there risks, are there situations where laughter isn't the best medicine?
Interesting.
And the answer is, while laughter is generally good for you, there are a few exceptions.
Okay, like what?
Well, we talked about those folks with certain health conditions,
Right.
like asthma or heart problems. They should definitely be mindful of how intense laughter affects them.
Makes sense. Safety first?
Always. But even for people who are, generally healthy, the context of the laughter matters too. Well, there's a difference between genuine laughter
Right.
and laughter that's like forced, or laughter that's used to cover up some other emotion.
Like nervous laughter.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, we've all been there.
It happens. And, that kind of nervous laughter can be okay as like a short-term way to cope.
Right.
But it's important to pay attention to those underlying emotions and deal with them in a healthier way.
So laughter can be a powerful tool for healing, but we shouldn't use it to avoid our feelings.
Exactly.
Good point. I'm curious about this idea of laughter therapy. It's not just about spontaneous giggling, is it?
Nope. It's a whole field dedicated to exploring the therapeutic potential of laughter.
So like, even if you don't feel like laughing,
Right.
the act of laughing can make you feel better.
That's the idea. Laughter therapy basically tries to tap into those positive, physical and mental responses that we've been talking about.
Right.
Even if the laughter isn't like totally genuine at first.
So you're basically jump-starting those feel-good chemicals.
Exactly. It's like hacking your own system a little bit.
I like it. So how does it actually work? You just sit in a room and force yourself to laugh.
There are different approaches, but one of the most popular is laughter yoga.
Laughter yoga.
You heard right. Laughter yoga.
That sounds kind of fun, actually.
It is. It combines deep breathing exercises with playful movements and, of course, intentional laughter. The idea is that even if you start with fake laughter,
Right.
it can turn into real laughter.
I can see that.
You get caught up in the energy of the group.
Like at a comedy show.
Okay.
Even if the jokes aren't funny, you laugh because everyone else is laughing.
Exactly. Contagious laughter is key.
So laughter yoga is like a workout for your laughter muscles
Yeah, think of it that way.
and a way to connect with other people.
2 birds, 1 stone.
What other forms of laughter therapy are there?
There's humor therapy, where you basically use humor and comedy to help people cope with stress.
Okay.
And then there's clown therapy, which is using playfulness and humor to bring joy to people in hospitals or other settings.
Wow, there's a whole world of laughter therapy out there. So has there been research on how effective this stuff really is?
Yeah, there's a growing body of research showing that laughter therapy can reduce stress and improve mood,
Oh, great.
and even boost immune function and even help alleviate pain.
Okay, I'm convinced laughter is going on my self-care to-do list. But what about those of us who, don't have time for formal laughter therapy.
Right.
How can we just incorporate more laughter into our everyday lives?
Well, sometimes it's as simple as choosing to see the humor in situations.
Like looking for the silver lining.
Kind of, yeah. But instead of looking for the good, you're looking for the funny.
Like finding the absurdity in everyday life.
Exactly. Think about those days when everything seems to go wrong.
Oh, I know those days.
But then you find yourself laughing about how ridiculous it all is.
Yes, it's like suddenly you're not so stressed anymore.
Right. That shift in perspective can be so powerful.
Totally. It's like choosing joy.
Exactly.
So basically, we can use laughter to manage stress.
It's like a secret weapon.
I love that. Are there any other tips for finding those everyday laughs?
One of the best things is to just be more playful.
More playful, okay.
Don't be afraid to be silly, to let loose, to embrace your inner child.
I think we could all use a little more of that.
Absolutely. Sometimes you just need to remember that life isn't meant to be taken so seriously.
It's about having fun.
And laughing. It's good for the soul.
So to recap, seek out humor, be more playful, and choose to see the funny side of things.
Sounds like a plan.
I can do that. Any other words of wisdom before we wrap up this laughter journey?
Just remember that a good laugh is a gift, to yourself and to the world around you.
It's contagious, right?
It is, and it creates this ripple effect of positivity.
I love that. All right, I'm ready to move on to the final part of our deep dive.
All right, let's do it.
What's in store for us in this last section?
Well, we've explored the science, we've talked about some practical tips, and now I think it's time to zoom out.
Okay.
To look at the big picture.
I like it.
What does laughter really mean for us, as individuals and as a society?
Okay.
What role can it play in creating a better world?
I love that question. Let's dive in. Okay, so we've made it to the final part of our laughter deep dive.
We've covered a lot of ground.
From the science of laughter to, how to get more giggles in our lives.
It's been a journey.
And now we're going to zoom out and look at the bigger picture.
The big picture, okay.
Yeah, what does all this knowledge about laughter really mean? What does it mean for us as humans, as a society?
We've talked about how it connects us, how it makes us feel good.
Right, but what about its power to actually, change the world?
Now, that's a good question. If laughter really is this powerful tool for connection, for stress reduction, could it actually help us solve some of the problems we face as a society?
That's a really cool idea.
Right. It's like taking all those individual benefits we've talked about and amplifying them,
Taking it to the next level.
Exactly.
So we've talked about laughter therapy in hospitals and stuff.
Right.
But what would it look like to, bring that concept into our everyday lives?
Into our schools, our workplaces.
Yeah, even our political discussions.
Now that's where things get really interesting. Could we create a more positive, more productive environment if we found ways to use laughter and playfulness in those spaces?
That's a great point. What if instead of always arguing and being angry,
right,
we could use humor to kind of disarm the tension and find common ground?
It's not about making light of serious issues.
Right, of course not.
It's about recognizing that laughter can be this powerful way to communicate,
To understand each other better.
Exactly.
There's that old saying.
Laughter is the best medicine.
Yeah. Maybe it really is the key to a happier, healthier world.
I think it could be.
It all starts with us, right? Making an effort to laugh more and to share that laughter with the people around us.
Spreading the joy.
Yeah, exactly. So, as we wrap up this deep dive into the wonderful world of laughter, what's the one thing you hope our listeners will take away from all of this?
I think the biggest takeaway is that laughter is so much more than just a fleeting moment of amusement,
Right.
It's part of what makes us human.
It connects us.
It's this powerful force for good that can truly transform our lives and the world around us.
I love that. This deep dive has been amazing, and I'm definitely walking away feeling inspired to laugh more.
Me too.
Thanks for joining me on this journey. It's been a pleasure diving deep with you.
It's been fun, and to all our listeners out there, keep laughing. The world needs your joy.
That's it for this episode of The Deep Dive. We'll see you next time.